This is an agentic software platform. And what you can see is that it's actually designed for desktop computers. So it works better on desktop because we have a lot of these panels. So if you want to have more of a kiosk view, I suggest clicking this full screen and hide some of the panels that clutter the space. Now we'll go to the enterprise campaign lifecycle button here. This is the Agentic Studio. You'll notice that I'm using the latest models, GPT-5 plus, and I have a designer profile here, which allows me to create and preview some of the changes, create drafts, and campaign ideas. And I'm also using a safe tenant here, which is the agent playground. With this, I can stage changes, test them in the database, ensure the logic makes sense. Then I'll click this button and simulate the full run. First, to observe the entire workflow. So what you can imagine here is you give it a prompt to say, I would like to create this kind of a program. I have this much budget, I have this much campaign timeline that I want to cover, and this is the theme. And this system will actually go through and build out all of the campaign with all these agents. So as you can see, we used about more than a dozen agents, and we created visuals. So here we have images. This is kind of a funny image, but it can be used like as a banner image. Here, these are badges. We can use these as badges: bronze, silver, gold, platinum. For example, here's a gift voucher, and here is one of the items for reward as a contest prize. So as the prizes for the people who participate in the contest, that can be one item for them. We also generate these artifacts. The artifacts are your working documents. So for example, you may want to do some research first. You may want to see what are the latest trends in the App Store, what are the latest trends in social media, what is kind of a hashtag or some meme that I can adopt and make a campaign around. This research will go through and help you understand what are the other apps in the marketplace right now that are doing pretty well, what are their key features that users seem to like, and what are some partners that you might be able to reach out to that could align and have some nice overlap with your target audience. So this is the market discovery report. We can also do the strategy. So this is how you're going to allocate your budget across how many kinds of rewards. So it's kind of your reward schedule or your rewards logic. This is the document you need, which is the terms and conditions. So when participants enrolled in the campaign, they would need to see what the rules are, essentially, and agree to them. The developer side will need to understand how to integrate with the API, and here we create a documentation for developers to follow. In terms of measuring performance, we can also give some initial guidance on what performance could look like if this campaign was implemented and if it did well. We can also provide an SDK. So this is a generative SDK that is created for that customer, that client, or your use case. So if you have a campaign you want to do and you like the whole idea, you like the images, you like the games, you like the rewards, you like all the logic, you can create the SDK and plug and play basically in your app, which saves you tons of time, right? You can just go from idea to program in a prompt. And then the campaign visuals, the generative AI can now also make the images, the icons, the photos, the pictures, the backgrounds. As you can see here, I can actually save them and view them. Here are the various images. And so those are some of the images. So these are all your documents, your artifacts. This is what you'll need to have your team at your organization or your enterprise. Each person needs to take a look at, sign up for, review somehow. And then once you have all of that, you can also jump right into play. So here is the game that it created using our agentic coding. So essentially, we generate this kind of spin the wheel game. You use your prompt, you decide what rewards you want to give out, and the system configures itself. It configures all the rules, how many times people can spin, the common, rare, epic, legendary rewards, the total prize pool, which can be much easier than having to manage a complex points program, because with points programs, sometimes you need to use deferred revenue or other forms of liability to pay for them, and customers may expect them not to expire for a long time. So a points program is more of a different kind of investment. Sometimes you may just want to do a promotion, giveaway, free prizes. In this case, you have a capped prize pool. You determine how much you want to give out, and then you can limit how many of the top players can get rewarded if they're on the leaderboard. So for example, you might say the top 10,000 players on the leaderboard, according to our ranking rules, and also the experience points that the players accumulate, then they would be allowed some reward for free, essentially, just by participating. And so no purchase required usually, and that can be a great fun way to reward your users with a better experience. So the system here will actually build this for you. And spin the wheel is the kind of canonical mini game that many companies think about initially, because the random number generator aspect of it is still a core mechanic to many forms of gaming. It's just we visualize it here in the spinning the wheel, lucky wheel, prize wheel format. But you can think about many other forms of games. Like for example, the new Playbasis website, new.playbasis AI, actually has playable games here in this section called playable games. And as you'll recall, we have created Bubble Blast game using generative AI. This is fully playable with logic and also AI integration. This can also integrate with your data feed. But we also created a dancing game, not a dancing game, sorry, a music rhythm game, beat matching game with multiple levels, again, generated by AI, and music generated by AI, and backgrounds generated by AI. So everything is generated by AI. And then we even created our own kind of Minecraft Roblox world online right here that I can actually play multiplayer. I have 2 accounts here. You can see there's 2 people in the same server live multiplayer in a full 3D world, including badges, including quest systems, including photography game, fishing, zipline. There are so many mini games inside this world. So then once you actually have your virtual world, your digital world, you can have lots of activities in this kind of world. And that can be used to upgrade your character. Or you can work together with other players in this world to solve puzzles and build things and unlock shared things. So that is actually what is possible when we talk about the gaming platform that Playbasis can provide using AI. So we have rhythm games, music, beat games, and also like the simple spin the wheel games, but it's up to your design, and that will be able to create for you using our Agentic Studio. So it's everything you need end to end, agentically, in just minutes. Your own custom games, your own custom world for you and your players. Thanks a lot. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.